Kyle is famous? Well, of course I am. Everyone knows me. Let's do this.
Kyle
I
woke
woke up.
up.
Oh,
He is famous.
more.
Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle.
I mean, I do stay up late.
Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed.
Well, I mean, yeah. Hold on 1 minute.
Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man.
I know!
Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields.
That part doesn't sound like me.
Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details.
I mean, there's not a lot there.
Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast.
Aw.
The eye of the world is upon Kyle.
That sounds ominous.
Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet.
Who?
Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She is a kind and lovely philanthropist.
I'm a philanderer.
And I know it's illegal in Pennsylvania, but it's for charity. And I consider myself a great philanderer.
She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation.
Nonsense. You go in there
Kyle
blind.
cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview.
Okay.
Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely.
What can I do over these next 30 hours? Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Wither away.
Kyle decided to stay put and wither away. Kyle withered successfully and died.
Yay! Shucks.
Kyle is now a ghost. This does not relieve him of his responsibilities.
Don't! Get out of bed anyway. Kyle exits his bed and took a quick glance at his bedroom. Oh, we got a... Somehow my phone broke, and I'm a ghost. Let's open the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark, and he could only really see hanging shirts. But I inspect the rusty locker, I didn't see anyhow.
Kyle knelt down and inspected the old, rusty container that had been in his closet for ages. It was locked, but had a blade-shaped slot in the top.
Back to the bedroom. Open the closet. Choose an outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is.
As a ghost, a suit of armor seems more fitting.
Kyle was unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor.
Because I'm a
Like the right
ghost.
thing to do.
It's haunted armor. Everyone knows about this.
After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit around his dumpy self.
I've lost my corporeal form. I just slither, just move in there. Sit at desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Write notes for interview.
Kyle wrote down his first question.
Are you a mother? Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? I think the most obvious answer is your mother a mother.
Kyle wrote down his second question.
What are some diet tips? Beef, mashed or blended? Ever eaten a raw egg whole? Diet tips.
Kyle wrote down his third question.
What is your funniest story? Do you ever smile? I purposefully ran over a puppy? You're not gonna go full-blown evil. Do you ever smile?
Kyle wrote down his last question.
What is your guilty pleasure? Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty?
Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk.
Woohoo! Wait, I got up from the desk, so am I going back to the desk? Check the drawer. Small key.
Kyle grabbed the small key he kept in his desk.
Back to desk. Back to room. Why is each step taking me an hour? Open closet. Inspector R.C. Locker.
Kyle knelt down and inspected
got a key,
the
though.
old rusty container.
Oh, that didn't work. Hallway. Kitchen. Open fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find something to
Eat the fridge.
Kyle pointed his neck directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the device. He started to swallow.
Yay!
In one slow,
Ugh.
horrible movement.
Oh, I don't like
the
that.
fridge
I don't like that
slid
noise.
down Kyle's
Oh, I don't
throat.
like that. Ugh.
After many gurgles, pops, and
Bad
snaps,
food.
Kyle felt relatively sure the fridge would not come back out.
Oh no, am I gonna die again as a ghost? More.
Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived.
Per normal? How many times did I become a ghost?
Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an
What-
air
what?
of genuinity.
Okay.
As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled.
Approach Rachel.
"Good evening, Kyle," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here."
More.
Kyle responded.
And it's really scream and spin in circles. Well, yeah.
Kyle stretched his arms wide, tilted his neck upwards, and
And
was interrupted by his producer telling him and Rachel that it was time to start the show.
no, I am gonna insist.
Kyle shoved his producer out of the way, spread his arms wide, and began to scream loudly.
Darn tootin'.
He began to rotate slowly, screaming throughout, lightly brushing his hands against the faces of Rachel and his producer.
Yes?
After several minutes, Kyle was finished. He slowly put his hands to his sides and smiled.
After several minutes and I didn't get nauseous, this is purely fiction.
"I'm ready," said Kyle. Rachel blinked at Kyle, shrugged, and walked over to her seat.
Aw, she's a sport. Oh.
A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on.
Oh, none of that was live before.
"Good evening, everyone," said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle."
Yeah.
Kyle vomited all of the horrible things he had eaten earlier onto the floor.
Ha! I was wrong earlier. The fridge did come back out.
Rachel looked at Kyle, concerned, gave a couple coughs, and decided to play it cool and keep the show running.
But she's not the host. She doesn't make that
Kyle
decision.
stopped, then vomited again, then continued with a shaky voice.
No, continued with a manly voice, which a friend of his once said is why women don't think you like him. Or like them.
"Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction.
Become Rachel May?
However," said Kyle, suddenly dropping his voice, "Rachel May is not sitting next to me."
No. She's inside the suit of armor? Is that where this is going? Am I having a full-blown
She
break?
is not new to this show. She did not walk in before me.
Well, no, I'm the host. Why would she walk in before me?
"In fact," said Kyle, "I am Rachel May."
I'm Batman.
Rachel looked at Kyle, confused, and silently mouthed the words, "You are who?"
That was...
Kyle stood up quickly and threw his arm high above him, pointing upwards. "I have never been Kyle," he proclaimed. "I have never been the host of the show Stay Up Late with Kyle."
Oh. Not only have I never been Kyle, I haven't hosted the show I've been hosting.
Kyle looked and pointed directly at the camera. "I am here for but one reason, to interview myself."
Mm-hmm.
Kyle sat down in his chair and went to produce the notes he had taken earlier.
Good.
Kyle read the first question on his list. "Is your mother a mother?"
Yep, just...
Kyle replied, "No, because I am a mother."
Oh, I'm just breaking even more. Okay, that sounds good.
"And," continued Kyle, "I am your mother and everyone's mother, and also Rachel and Kyle and..."
Oh, so I am Kyle now.
I'm also your children and that woman you met in the coffee shop yesterday and your high school best friend.
Ha, joke's on you. I was such a loser I didn't have a best friend in high school. Wait,
And
what?
I'm your friends and I'm that person next to you and I'm also you. Kyle waved his arms around and smiled.
Grandiosity!
Nobody seemed to understand.
Because they all are too small-minded for you, Kyle. They can't think the way you think. They don't know the truth. They're stuck in their little pods eating the bugs. They're not coming out, but you are. You know, Kyle. You certainly know what you're doing. You're Kyle. You're also Rachel. You're also mother. You're also son. You're also blah, blah, blah.
It's a magic trick! Shouted Kyle happily.
Not magic.
Everyone now!
It's an illusion, father!
I don't have time for your magic tricks.
Illusions, Dad. You don't have time for my illusion.
Kyle got up and happily danced out of the studio, arms spread wide.
Right into the padded wagon that was waiting for him.
Although not taken seriously at first, sociologists quickly found that Kyle's claims were true.
Booyah!
Somehow, magically, Kyle became everyone and nobody else technically existed anymore.
I exist in my own dimension.
After a massive amount of study, it was found that Kyle had stumbled upon a very unexpected sociological loophole.
Yeah, I'll show you, sociologists.
Nobody really knew what to do with this newfound discovery, so they decided to do nothing.
Ain't that right? I make the greatest discovery in all of sociological history, which is maybe the only important discovery in all of sociological history, and no one does anything because it's Kyle. Or, wait a minute. Did no one do anything because I didn't do anything because I'm everyone? And if I'm everyone and no one did anything, that means that I didn't do anything. So I'm the one ignoring my own greatest discovery. Right? Right?
Kyle continued to be theoretically everyone, and everybody else continued to be theoretically non-existent.
Yes, but not theoretical because the study's shown that it's true. Our hypothesis is basically like law at this point, right?
It was a strange time to be alive.
Wrong. It was the greatest time to be alive because Kyle was everyone. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to be Kyle? I mean, I might not want to be Kyle, but everyone else does, right? Or not? But then I'm everyone, no one. I'm no one and everyone. The point is, we should have never ate that fridge. We should try that again. Even though somehow I stumbled upon the greatest of all endings. Kyle was everyone. Reset.